Identity is kind of a bizarrely challenging topic, right? I mean, in my passport it says I'm a female, my name is Gabriella so and so, I was born the 2nd June 1999, and I'm 1 meter 57 tall. That's the objective official answer. But I'm not satisfied with this description. It seems that who we are is determined by our societal agreements for identification, which are currently set with uncharitable parameters, like numbers about your age, height, information about your gender and ethnic origin. But we are all so much more than this piece of paper. It does not say anything about my second origin, Cuba. This part of me does not exist officially, and yet it is part of me there. My appearance, on the other hand, led people often assume that the other side, my Swiss side, does not exist. And often people who know me see one of the two sides, whichever suits them better. I also catch myself separating the two parts of my personality and using one or the other depending on the situation. Because yes, defined by my origins, I feel sometimes a little bit torn. It's a curse and at the same time a blessing. I catch myself using this privilege of being different. When I'm with my Swiss friends, I adapt to them. And when I'm with my Latino friends, I do the same. Yet, I don't belong 100% to either group. I will always be a little different. In each group, I was accompanied by thoughts, principles, or also behaviors of the respective other culture, for which the understanding or tolerance was not always there. And it felt, and sometimes still used to feel like, you don't live up to the expectations. And sometimes there was also this pressure to want to prove myself, to say, hey, I belong to you, just like the others do. I belong. So instead of continuing to ask myself who I am in a specific context, I began to ask myself how I want to be who I am. I think that's a life task, and I'm putting the pieces together as I go. My music has helped me to make a picture how the pieces come together. It's not only my therapy, but also a refuge where I have managed to unite all my influences. I write my songs in 3 languages, even though I have been faced with a choice. You have to choose just one of the languages, with arguments leading like, this and this language sells better, or you can reach more people. But I refused. Refusing to split myself into pieces for the first time helped me realize that I can be all of that I'm allowed to be me by choosing the uniqueness of me. When I started incorporating my culture background into my own music, I developed a much deeper connection and interest into my own heritage. When I matured, I began to explore my family history, sharing endless conversations with my grandmothers. All the complex, tangled narratives of national borders crossed, all the languages learned and unlearned, have showed me how meaningless a nationality can be as a designation. The beauty is when we begin to understand this gift that is passed through generations, shaping the form of generations to come. When we begin to construct our identity toward a future self, space is created for creativity to blend with your own experiences and also through stories that touch you through the lives of others. I remember the countless afternoons at my friend's Italian grandmother's house. The homemade spicy sugo, the fresh tomatoes cooked for hours, the fresh grated melting cheese on the still steaming twirled pasta, the Italian TV announcer in the background while Nonna, what I called her affectionately, the Italian word for grandmother, handed us impatient, hungry girls our food. During meal, telling us countless stories from her earlier years. These afternoons have given me a lot for my life. Or when I learned Portuguese with and for my first love, because his family and most of his friends spoke nothing else. They were part of my life for many years, and they took me in without doubting. They taught me their family cohesion, their helpfulness, their longing, their simplicity, and much, much more. They showed me the colorful, dazzling Porto, also the dark corners hidden in the shadows that you don't get to see as a normal tourist. The sound of the big river Douro, the smell of fresh caught fish from the small wooden boats. All this is burned into my memories. I think if we search in our own memories, such influences can be found in each one of us. They have shaped and formed me, and I'm sure that they are part of my personality. So, who am I after all that? I have learned that it's not determined by others, and certainly not by what is written on a piece of paper. Who am I? There is only me, the person I want to be, and the person I will become. To show you what it means to have two nationalities or such different influences, I'm going to play today two songs, one in Swiss German and one in Spanish. And I'm really happy to share this with you. The first song is called Gitana, and it's about how beautiful and independent women are. Dile, dile, que soy libre, libre, dale, dile, dile. Esta canción se la quiero dedicar a todas las mujeres para que sepan que son libres y nadie es dueño de usted. Yo soy libre como una gitana, a mí nadie me amarra. Bailo contigo si me da la gana y yo no sé dónde voy a estar mañana. Yo soy libre como una gitana, a mí nadie me amarra. Bailo contigo si me da la gana y yo no sé dónde voy a estar mañana. Igual a donde yo vaya, yo lucho mi propia batalla. Pelo largo y bella saya, algunas heridas, muchos me fallan. Dueña de su vida, inteligente, divertida. Más que una querida, sí que acepta la despedida. Tú me prometes la luna, pero yo nací con mi estrella y esa estrella tiene su don. Canto esta canción y le doy gracias a Dios, porque esto es el ritmo de mi corazón. Yo soy libre como una gitana, a mí nadie me amarra. Bailo contigo si me da la gana y yo no sé dónde voy a estar mañana. Yo soy libre como una gitana, a mí nadie me amarra. Bailo contigo si me da la gana y yo no sé dónde voy a estar mañana. Ay, mi amor, ¿qué has hecho de ponerme una bala en el pecho? Dime quién te da el derecho, no me verás, te lo prometo. Mi corazón es el que me lleva con el viento a donde sea, caminando abajo la luna llena, caminando abajo la luna llena. Yo soy la dueña de mi destino si me quieres mandar. Antes que hables me he ido porque me gusta cantar. Dale, dile, dile, que soy libre, libre. Dale, dile, dile, que soy libre, libre. Yo soy, ¿qué? Yo soy libre, libre. Yo soy, ¿qué? Yo soy libre, libre. Yo soy, ¿qué? Yo soy libre. Yo soy libre. Yo soy libre. The second song that we are going to play for you today is called Liebesbrief an mich. It's about self-love, self-care, and how important it is to be there for yourself. alles um dich herum laut, aber in dir ist es still. Für die Aussenwelt stumm, amix ist es einfach zu viel. Hab mich verloren, wirst dich wieder finden. Was aus mir geworden, hör auf damit ringen. Aber all die Sorgen, die werden verschwinden. Lass mich für dich singen, ich bin's, deine innere Stimme. Ich weiss, ist es Weile her, ich weiss, amix ist es schlimm. Ich weiss, amix ist es schwer. Ich schreibe einen Liebesbrief an mich. Ich schreibe einen Liebesbrief an mich. Mein Herz auf einem Papier. Ja, das wird mich nur mir. Ich schreibe einen Liebesbrief an mich. Ich schreibe einen Liebesbrief an mich. Mein Herz auf einem Papier. Ja, das wird mich nur mir. Aus Sonnenlicht wirft den Schatten, als Solander niemals deine Kraft nehmen. Jeder von uns hat ein paar böse Taten. Lass dir nicht ausreden, du kannst alles schaffen. Hör nie auf dich um andere Sorgen. Nicht verändern durch all die Normen. Nimm die Welt von dir und du sie neu formen. Machst mal etwas falsch, egal, machst es von vorne. Ich schreibe einen Liebesbrief an mich. Ich schreibe einen Liebesbrief an mich. Mein Herz auf einem Papier. Ja, das wird mich nur mir. Ich schreibe einen Liebesbrief an mich. Ich schreibe einen Liebesbrief an mich. Mein Herz auf einem Papier. Ja, das wird mich nur mir. Das Schlechte ist ein abgeschlossenes Kapitel. Mach aus unwichtigen Personen keinen Titel. Sie sind Nebenfiguren und nichts weiters. Glaub mir nichts weiters. Und bist auch du mal daneben. Lass dir von niemandem etwas sagen. Du bist Autorin von deinem Leben. Einzigartig hast dein eigenes Sagen. Ich nehme ein Blatt Papier und schreibe einen Liebesbrief an mich. Ich nehme einen Stift und mach's wahr, weil ich schreibe meine Geschichte und das Tag für Tag. Nehme ein Blatt Papier und schreibe einen Liebesbrief an dich. Komm, nimm einen Stift und mach's wahr, weil du schreibst deine Geschichte und das Tag für Tag. Schreib einen Liebesbrief an mich. Ich schreibe einen Liebesbrief an mich. Mein Herz auf einem Papier. Ja, das wird mich nur mir. Ich schreibe einen Liebesbrief an mich. Ich schreibe einen Liebesbrief an mich. Mein Herz auf einem Papier. Ja, das wird mich nur dir.